Hey guys, it's S back with another video. So I wanted to speak on, I feel like I'm too close. I wanted to speak on some of the very common mistakes that people tend to make in some serious relationships. And this is mainly towards conservative women, women who are trying to, either improve the relationship that they're in or, looking into get into something serious. So, number one, the roles. Yes, there are gender roles. As much as the liberals want to push us to believe that everyone is equal and no roles need to be made, there are roles and they're made for a reason. The man is the leader, and the man is the head, the woman is the neck, and we complement each other. We need each other throughout this all. And if you are stepping into the man's role, the relationship will not function properly, and each person will not be fulfilled. The roles aren't being fulfilled, so the relationship cannot be strong enough to withstand all the things that are coming its way. So it's very good to make sure you guys establish that. Make sure you know what your role is. And if you aren't comfortable with your role, then maybe that isn't the type of relationship that you should be in. You should be with someone who complements you, every aspect of you. And I feel like people tend to give up because they all want to fight and I'm in charge, I'm this, I'm like, no, that's not how it goes. The man is the leader, the man is the head. And that doesn't mean that your role is insignificant or you don't matter. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm saying is that your role as the woman is not being played. So you have two people who are fighting to be the head, and there's no neck. So that's something to definitely consider in today's relationships, where we have so many feminist women saying that they could do everything and don't need a man and don't need this, and they end up very unhappy because they're trying to carry on so much weight in the relationship. I don't know if it's because of the media, I don't know if it's because of pride. Whatever it is, learn to let that go and learn to give the man his role. Okay, another thing that I see, sorry, I have to look at my notes. Another thing that I see happening in relationships is privacy. And I'll give you my story. I'm more of a private person. I just kind of became that way. I don't have any social media that's for my personal life. I just don't care to really put it out anymore. I'm not 18. Like, I don't care how many friends I have on social media. Like, it is what it is. I understand some people like that, and that's for them. But for me, I like to remain like private. I like to keep my relationship private. I like to keep, honestly, my family private. As quiet as I can get it. I like that. Less noise from the outside world, the better for me. And if you're in a relationship with somebody who shares those same values, who likes to keep the privacy, and you don't, that's gonna conflict. And somebody's gonna butt heads in the relationship, and the relationship might fail. You want to be able to communicate that and also respect each other's privacy. You do not need to be going through anyone's phone, which is complete disrespect to someone's privacy. That you are not entitled to that. Honestly, even if you are someone's wife, I don't even think that means you're entitled to go through someone's private things. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You have to show respect for each other and trust, especially if you are in this relationship together and you're building a life together. There is no need to nag someone and violate their space because you either feel insecure about the relationship or you think this person's doing wrong. the best way to handle things like that is to simply ask them. Simply ask them. Confront your feelings and lay it all out on the table, and just let them know that you feel a certain way about something and that it needs to be resolved. I've done this plenty of times. I've never had to go through a phone in my life. And that goes hand in hand with respect. You know, you want to show respect to the relationship, and you want to show respect to yourself. You know, if you are, you know, a beautiful conservative woman, there is no need for you to be, I'm laughing because this is something my boyfriend says, gallivanting around and, you know, showing your body off on social media. And this is something that was huge for me when I was younger. I would post like shady, half-naked photos, I don't know what that was, and think that, yeah, I have a boyfriend, but so what? Sorry. So you want to show how intelligent and how smart you are. You know, there is no need to be on Instagram, you know, disrespecting your partner, especially if it's somebody that you want to marry or somebody that you want to be with forever. You want to be very cautious of that because you're hurting someone's feelings and you're disrespecting them. There is no need for you to be gossiping about the relationship to anyone, for you to be bad-mouthing your significant other to anyone, for you to be putting it on social media. I mean, avoid social media all at once, minus YouTube. Yeah, avoid it, because if that's your outlet to discuss things about your personal life, you really need to evaluate and do some, you know, self-talk and really get to the core of the issues if you can't speak to your significant other about it. You know, that's just a huge red flag on your part that you might not be ready for something serious. Another thing is, you know, addressing if you're dating outside of your race and outside of your culture. That's me times 2. You know, you outside of your culture, religion, outside of race, anyone who's different than you, you should discuss that as soon as you can. You know, I'm not afraid to talk about race, and this doesn't mean that you're dating someone and everyone's racist and everyone that, like, you know, no, you want to get to understand each other's cultures, get to understand each other's races, you know, get to understand as much as you can about each other. If you come from 2 different worlds, you know, it's a eye-opening conversation that should have as soon as possible. And you get to know each other on a deeper level, where each other are from, the families. You really get to know what you're getting yourself into. Another thing is, people aren't completely vulnerable in relationships. And I feel like some of the best relationships you'll have is when both people do just that. When they completely lay everything on the table and they are themselves and their heart is out there to you. You know, if you go into a relationship half-assed, like you don't trust this person, you're not sure, you don't care, it's I don't trust you and I've been hurt before, you should really take a step back and think about, you know, what is it that you truly want? You know, you might be wasting this person's time if you aren't completely vulnerable with yourself. So, with all of this being said, relationships are hard as hell. And it's for life. You know, there's no, like, what is that, a cat? Okay, there's 2 of them? Oh God, hold on. Relationships are hard, y'all. You know, there's no magic pill for it to be that easy, but you know, you should feel a sense of, okay, like, things shouldn't be that hard, you know? it's going to get hard, but things shouldn't be that hard. And if it is that hard, you need to reevaluate the relationship that you're in, because it might not be for you. And relationships take time, years, you know? And another key thing is to be patient. To be patient, respect yourself, take care of yourself, and you'll soon see the relationship evolve into something beyond your dreams.